So I asked my Discord channel, what game should we break from Super Mario 3D All-Stars? And after a wholly healthy and democratic choice, we got Super Mario Sunshine. Yeah, I think I can work with this. So here's the idea. We mess around with the game memory of Super Mario Sunshine, look for numbers to change, things to break, so that we can combine them in order to make the ultimate cursed Super Mario Sunshine corruption. As usual, it's not really hacking. In fact, it's all really elaborate Photoshop, super convincing, and not something that should be taken down. Is that right, Nintendo? Because Super Mario 3D All-Stars is out, let's try and pull it off, because this will get pretty crazy. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you do enjoy, don't forget to subscribe. It's what's keeping this channel standing when Big N takes a bat to my kneecaps. Anyways, oh no. Mario, should we call the ambulance or? So this value controls Mario's neck, which I say control in heavy quotations because let's be honest, my man's upper back is looking kinda out of whack and we certainly have no say in that matter. At least when Mario's spinning or locked on, he's kinda normal, but the poor guy needs a splint like 95% of the time. But even worse, sometimes when we ride Yoshi or when we jump off, Mario just tends to lose his head. I guess that's one way to get rid of neck pain? Permanently. Setting it to 0 just immediately makes Mario's noggin go missing, so he's practically running around like a headless chicken man. I guess we'll never know why the Mario crossed the road. Also, for some reason, this one area in Rico Harbor knocks Mario off Yoshi and even hurts Mario. Talk about some phantom pain. Unfortunately, this little vertebrae-breaking decimal only affects Mario, but we'll still add this to our final corruption. But I guess we should move on to the next value. My man, where are your organs? Behind his front and vice versa, the idea of depth has now been destroyed. This is the X-ray modifier, which for some reason lets us peer past the bounds of space itself. Why are they just staring at the table? Do you people just not have like anything better to do, or? On this floor, well, you could say there's not much of a floor to say anything about. You can see through a lot of things the game probably needs you to see normally, like in Noki Bay, which makes platforming a little difficult. You can see through like every floor in Hotel Delfino, or you can see this lady, who may need some new clothes because they may be a little unfitting. You can also stumble upon things that the game maybe really doesn't want you to see, like this block under the boss and the boss of Tricky Ruin Shine, or even a rocket nozzle box inside this tower in Isle Delfino. Why is there a rocket nozzle box inside this tower in Isle Delfino? These Beyonders are just chilling out, living in the void. Strange thing about this value is that if we change it to exactly 2.0, everything is exactly normal, except that some things are exactly pink. Flood's now pink, Fruit's now pink. Are there any other pink things I should know about? Why are all these toads pink except for Toadsworth? What does Toadsworth know? Shinegate's also pink. I don't know what any of this had to do with backface culling, but Super Mario Sunshine will never cease to amaze me. We got a lot to unpack here. So this one's called Overshoot modifier, which takes any kind of animation and shifts it into maximum overdrive. I'm talking Pianta's walking, Mario running, Yoshi riding, and this new hit dance that seems to have taken over the residents of Isle Delfino. Even the camera gets in on it when you get a shine sprite, in which it immediately is unsure whether or not it should be focusing on Mario. The stage flybys really fly by. Jeez, they really got the fighter pilot running the camera on this one. In some cases, it not only works up the animation, but scales up the models too. Over animation, let's set this one to 10. Okay, let's not set this one to 10. Let's set this to -1, and there we go. That's normal. Tiny. Let's set this to 2 instead. Oh, okay, this actually isn't so bad. Maybe not the best idea, never mind. But this next change will take Mario out of his comfort zone, so to speak. I thought we had this all cleaned up, and now this. I'm gonna guess that this doesn't have to do with the whole this thing going on here. This value, the big stretch, seems to take half the model and push it away from the center of the current level, string cheesifying both our plumber pal and anything and everything that moves. Time to stretch. Oh no, am I stuck like this? Not even bosses are exempt. Gooper Blooper is feeling flexible, and it's not just because he's basically a squid. Somehow his shine sprites aren't affected, and I think it's probably due to the lack of model animation they have going on, which is probably why these things are safe. I swear in my bones I'll get you one of these days, you shiny waste of space! Thanks to you, our bay is clean again. My guy, I think you need to worry about your face, it's currently leaking on the ground, but hey, you do you. Now, models aren't the only things we can all... I'm sorry, headphone users. So to make up for that, how about a change that'll be sweet to your ears, huh? You hear that? It might be lo-fi plumber beats to chill and relax to, or it could be the number that controls the audio. The game boasts about its Dolby audio in its opening seconds, and I'd say it pays off with these smooth beats. Well, as Mario's ghost rises to the great overworld above, that reminds me that just like him, the audio pitch can get pretty high. And while the game sounds like a broken record, I gotta say it again, the audio pitch can get really high, to the point where it's just a bunch of beeps at this point. Now if we set sibling value to 0.5, you'll... Wait, do you hear that? Who's making that noise? Oh god, Reggie, no! So this effect does a bunch of stuff to the audio, including filters and whatnot, and makes the music a special kind of weird. Delfino Plaza kinda sounds very slightly horrifying, and the minigame music sounds like a bunch of kitchen utensils got into a fight. But if we flip the script and switch the value, Noki Bay just sounds off. And Gelato Beach I don't even think passes for music. But either way, this is going to the final corruption. Music is weird, man. Listen kid, I think we have much bigger issues in the watermelon contest. So this value seems to be similar to the big stretch, but not only seems to stretch bones rather than models, but also seems to make things bigger if this perpetually sprinting Pianta has anything to say about it. Our Unsanite Unagi friend's got a little bit more going on here than just a couple cavities. Ely Mouth, what do we got going on here? You need help or something? A chiropractor maybe? Huh, I guess I can understand why Bigwig's all angry, huh? It really is a number on the big bosses, but Mario's still on the chopping block. I could say Mario is missing, but legs, be honest. RST, RST, RST. What? To be honest, no idea what this value actually did, but going to a level with it active, the stage model gets mega huge, and even if you change it again, the stage will still be super big. Either way, I think we'll be adding this to Final Corruption too, but this next value is definitely going to change how we look at this game. Huh. It's time to take the textures and toss them into the Aurum brand blender, because with this value, we can change the scale of each and every texture the game world has to offer. Crazy what we can do with Photoshop nowadays, eh Nintendo? Forget third person, my guy's speaking the third dimension. We can make Mario's eyes look a little too tiny, and his ears a little too blue? What's going on there is that Mario's textures are getting scrambled with the shirt that Mario can wear. And speaking of that shirt, after talking to that Pianta, yikes. Is this guy a spider now or something? I don't know what's going on with this whole glass setup, so we'll just take the shirt and leave. But that shirt doesn't seem like much, it's blood red. Sir, how's this shirt made? You know what, never mind. You're, not much of a talker, huh? Just with this change alone, we can get a world of wackiness. Words have no meaning, Piantas have really small eyes, why do they have really small eyes? And Petey. Oh god, Petey, what do we do to you? Shh, it's over now, Petey. Return to the code from which you came. These are some trippy looking watermelons. They really got some weird fruit in this island, huh? Transform textures aside, this is definitely going into the Final Corruption too.
Time to take a piss.
So this value, well, I really don't know what to call it, but it breaks all the model skeletons, so I guess we'll go with Bone Crusher. Walking slow makes Mario do a back-breaking T-pose, triple jump makes Mario go into the fetal position, spin jump is fine though, he's cool. A lot of animation just completely stopped working, and the ones that are supposed to function together just look really weird. Mario's out here holding that banana like he's wearing a fruit hat, and also dropping the fruit doesn't work, it's a part of him now. Please let go. Bananas, please, please. Using Flood is just as strange. Using the squirt nozzle sprays downwards, the hover nozzle moves Mario backwards, the turbo nozzle sprays forwards, and the rocket nozzle sends Mario straight down. I'm sure EGAT is both his name and how he's feeling with his invention so busted right now. Birds don't flap, Piantas don't animate, things are truly not looking good for the ecosystem of Isle Delfino. Yoshi is ball? Yoshi is ball. Once again, our ever valuable test rat PD is looking as busted as ever, and Gooper Blooper is not even put up a fight. And for some reason, Mario instantly falls asleep. I guess it's that boring, huh, Mustache Man? Either way, this is the type of delightfully weird that we can include into the Final Corruption as well. Brain too big. Needed a bigger hat. Our next change lets us alter a few of the body parts on Mario, for better or worse. We can make Mario go weird and wild by stretching out his X scale and having him run around like some eldritch abomination. Or we can set his Z scale to a negative number and we can get a Mario that looks a little bit out of sorts. We can also change his hat, so we can go from Big Brain Academy to Smooth Brain Preschool. Of course, for some reason, Flood's a part of Mario, so we can resize it too. Who needs Flood? I wish it would just disappear. Wait, I was kidding, we need you to finish the game. So we made Flood invisible, although really we've just made it so small that we can't see it, and that's important, since the size of Flood kinda changes how it works. Every time you spray out the squirt nozzle, the water blasts out in the shape of a dome, especially when you spam spray the R trigger. Or you can have Flood just randomly resizing, that's cool too. But even though this scale change is a real small timer, we'll still be adding it to the Final Corruption. But what we got next is pretty big. It's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. With our forces combined, it's time for the ultimate corruption. When they're all put together, this is what we get. The fun's not over yet. Let me know what's your favorite part in the video in the comments down below. And while you're at it, like the video, because it absolutely helps. And why not check out another one of my vids while you're here? But that's enough from me. Bye.